Did you know that January is Mental Wellness Month? Well, today we're taking a bit of a closer look at why setting dreams, goals, and resolutions is not only healthy, but necessary. Here's Olga.
It's the end of January. How's your New Year's resolution coming? Well, if your answer is bah humbug, let's take a closer look at goal setting, and let's start by hearing what some of you had to say.
How's that New Year's resolution going for you?
My New Year's resolution usually does not go so well.
They're going pretty good. We volunteer at several places and we enjoy being able to give back.
Stay happy, healthy, concentrate on my family.
Finish my degree and get a better job. Sorry.
Great stuff this morning, and joining us now to get an even better handle on how to successfully set and achieve our resolutions and goals is our resident life coach, Dr. Jessica Leone. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy New Year. Yes, glad to have you here. Why is it a good thing to set goals?
Well, I think resolutions and goals first need to be defined. We know that resolution is being able to solve problems and go through things, and we know that goals are something that we set and we look forward to. So when we have something that gives us long-term motivation and short-term vision, what we're able to do is we're able to put our priorities in order. We can focus better. We have a sense of purpose. And the reality is that when we're doing all of these things, they give us a sense of confidence and our self-esteem. So the more that we set and the more that we are successful, the better our self-esteem goes up and up. And so then we are much more likely to have better judgments in life and continue to set goals for ourselves.
Now, why do we do this at the beginning of a new year? I mean, shouldn't it be done all year long?
I think what happens is people get so caught up in New Year's resolution.
New year, new you.
So exactly.
That's our motto here.
And while we can still have a new year and a new you, what's really important is looking at how important goal setting is on a regular basis. So when we set daily intentions, it gives us a practice of setting these goals. So when it's time to join the tradition and go ahead and set a New Year's resolution goal, you already have set up a sense of practice for yourself and successes so that you're much more likely to be successful during that New Year's resolution that you set.
And what do you tell the people to say, I'm not even going to set a goal, I'm going to fail it all the time, I'm a failure at my goals? What do you say?
I think the biggest problem with people is really their interpretation of failure. So that internal dialogue is huge. And what do they see as a mistake and failure? So being able to really re-examine exactly what failure means. So it's going into it saying, I'm not going to be perfect going into this goal.
Well, I'm going to try.
Exactly. And so just trying makes all the difference in the world to at least say, okay, well, I did this and this didn't work. Now you have something new to be able to try differently. The other thing I think is so important is that when people set goals, they forget about two really important pieces. The first one is the accountability. It is so important when we can put ourselves accountable, whether it's through putting it out in public, whether it's being competitive with somebody, whether it's making a bet. But we know that whenever we hold ourselves accountable, we are much more likely to comply with different things. In addition to that, the visual piece, I think, is what's missing for a lot of people. So when you have something right there in front of you, whether it's a visual goal, whether it's a visual checkoff system that you completed it.
Something more tangible?
Much more tangible. Marbles in a jar, pounds to lose, pounds lost. Anything that you can do that represents some sort of visual way to stay accountable, I think that also is the necessary ingredient for you to follow through into that successful goal.
So when it comes to New Year's resolutions, what are the most popular that really never get achieved?
Well, I think what happens is people get so gung-ho, which is wonderful. They get so excited and they take on one of the most difficult, challenging goals, which is addictive behavior. And to undo a habit that you're so used to requires a lot of help. It requires a support system. It requires a plan. And people don't often put everything that's involved in that plan and support system that they need to accomplish that goal. So sometimes even getting professional help along with a goal that requires much more attention into the underlying root of some of those addictive behaviors is also something that's very important that a lot of people don't remember.
Truly, you've got to set something more realistic.
Yeah, small and achievable is much more realistic for somebody than the whole entire year that they're looking that they're going to accomplish something that was an addict type behavior.
Mine was, okay, I'm going to learn to relax more.
But and so we start off with the smallest piece that maybe in the car, you'll start to relax a little bit differently by maybe incorporating some smells, maybe some peppermint oil or some lavender oil, maybe the sounds that you listen to. You can have any goal you want, but starting so small and with the most achievable way so that you feel successful.
Thank you very much for your tips. What was yours, by the way?
My resolution is to be able to to engage in a lot more meditation for myself.
Okay, see the relaxing part.
Yes.
I'll get there one day. Thank you, doctor. Appreciate your time. And for all these great tips on goal setting, just log on to thebalancingAct.com.